And tie, fragile, fragile. And tie, fragile. I was reading a book and humming softly when suddenly I heard the sound of something clacking against my window. OMG! There was a window cleaner outside who was staring intensely at me. Wait, miss? Why didn't he just leave? I quickly stood up and tried to find a way to stop him from looking at me. You won't believe it, but I used to be terrified of simply being noticed. Hi, I'm Gabriella Anderson. Have you ever read the definition of the word shy? I was the living definition of it. A human being who was afraid of attention, socializing, and self-expressing. Before listening to my story, please like and subscribe. Thanks. I lived in a family full of introverts, so my personality was heavily affected by them from a small age. The only close friend that I had was Hera. However, we were completely different. Hera was bold, childish, and a bit of a meddler. I can't do it, Hera. Jeez, are you giving up your bag for this, Gabriella? Hurry up. Fine. Hey, kid, can you move so I can get my bag, please? I mustered up my courage to ask the little boy to move, but unbelievably, he just stared blankly at us, then calmly continued eating his candy. Ah, listen up, brat! I wished I could be strong like Hera and do the things that I wanted. Once I went back to the school in the evening to find a dropped AirPod and accidentally saw Alex, the school notorious bully. He must be beating someone up again. Help! What are you looking at? Scram! Scared? I trembled pathetically. I didn't want to get involved, so I just shut up and left. If only I was as brave as Hera. A few months later, the most prominent homecoming party of the year was coming. Usually, I hated these kinds of events and never attended, but it'll leave a poor remark on my school record? Yes, you've avoided too many school activities. If you don't participate in this either, we'll have to leave a negative mark on your record. But no! There's no way I could go to such a crowded place. Everyone would judge me. When they saw that I didn't have a partner, they may laugh at me. I bawled my eyes out with Hera about the doom that was about to fall on me. With determination, she promised to help me find a partner for the homecoming party. And gosh, she really did force me to dress up and pose for plenty of fanciful pictures. Then she put my photo on Tinder. Jeez, how embarrassing. Not only that, I also had to practice going on a date as Hera instructed. I was so scared and nervous because I had never been on a date, so she came along to help me. Come on, say something interesting. Interesting? What's interesting? Okay, you can do it, Gabriella. Did you know every point mass attracts every other point mass by a force acting along the line intersecting both points? I gotta go. Girl, why are you talking about the law of attraction? Jesus! The second and third boy couldn't stand me for more than 2 minutes either. I sighed and told Hera that maybe it was hopeless, when suddenly... Hi. A handsome boy approached me. He was muscular like a jock, but smart like a nerd, and his name was Adam. Adam and I talked all afternoon. He even asked me out for a walk, and we almost forgot that Hera was there too. I told him about my excessive shyness, and to my pleasant surprise, he sympathized with it. He made me feel extremely comfortable even though we barely knew each other. The next day, I couldn't concentrate on what I was doing. Hera suddenly flicked my forehead, startling me. Earth to Gabriella! Hey, Hera, that boy yesterday, I've never felt so relaxed and confident with any boy like him before. He even called me cute. Contrary to my excitement, Hera didn't show much enthusiasm, but just agreed awkwardly. Yeah, it made sense. Even I didn't expect such a wonderful guy to be interested in a shy girl like me. After 3 weeks of interacting via Twitter, Adam asked me out to the mall. He led me to a karaoke box machine and said, "Feel free to express yourself. No one will see you." And so we sang and danced together carefreely. He was the first boy to see me so relaxed. Another time, he took me shopping at Powell's Books in Portland. While I was choosing a book, a kid ran over and accidentally bumped into me, making me fall back and hit the bookshelf behind. Oh no! That encyclopedia was about to fall on me! Ah!
Be careful.
My heart was pounding. We kissed, and I knew at that moment I had fallen in love with him. On the way home, he kept holding my hand. Before opening the door, he pulled me close.
Will you be my girlfriend?
Really? You want us to be a couple?
Mm-hmm.
Feeling over the moon, I immediately asked Hera to help me choose the best outfits so I could be a match to my gorgeous boyfriend. One set, then two sets. She kept shaking her head grumpily. Isn't this too much? No, this is perfect. You might be the prettiest girl tonight in this outfit. The one she chose was a bit too sparkly, so unlike me. I wasn't going to take it, but she had paid for it. Reluctantly, I accepted that gift from her. Finally, the homecoming came, and Adam gallantly took me there. He told me to wait in class for him, but strangely, after almost an hour, he still didn't come back. I got up to go out, then... What? The door was locked. Help me, Adam!
I'm surprised you didn't recognize me.
I froze and tried to remember. Could it be? With his muscular body and sharp face? Are you the bully that night?
No. I'm the one who screamed for help in this very room, but you ignored me.
At this point, I realized that Adam was the one who was beaten up by Alex that day. He tried to bring Alex to justice, but no one dared to speak up against that bully. In the end, Adam quit school because he was under too much pressure. His vengeful anger had made him decide to change his appearance, to come back and take revenge on me and the bully.
I tried to ask for help, but you were indifferent. I will never forgive you.
After understanding everything, I regretted it and apologized to Adam, but he didn't care.
Stay here and feel hopelessness.
Oh no! If I didn't make it in time for the homecoming, my school record would be ruined. Yes, I'm a genius. Hera? Shh, there's no time. Fortunately, while Hera was looking for me, she overheard the conversation between me and Adam. She quickly opened the door for me and dragged me to the hall where the party was held. Actually, this is my fault too. I hired him to be your partner. I'm sorry, Gabriella. She didn't expect that Adam had his own plan when he asked me out. Suddenly, a shoe flew past me.
Stop, damn it.
No, he had spotted us and was chasing us to the door that led to the hall stage. Seeing that, my limbs suddenly gave out and trembled. I didn't want to be the center of attention. Hurry up, he's coming! That spineless loser won't dare to go up there. No, I got myself into this trouble. It was time to stop letting my fear and shyness prevent me from doing the right thing. I must correct my mistake. Let me go. I won't be a coward anymore. I grabbed Hera's hand, closed my eyes as she led me to the stage. Wow, is that Gabriella? She's so pretty. The whole hall suddenly roared. It was so different from what I had imagined. No longer feeling afraid, this time I would stand up for the truth. There has been bullying happening for months, and everyone turned a blind eye on it, including me. Not anymore. Alex, I saw you attacking Adam in room 301 9 months ago. It's time you pay for harassing people. The hall began to rumble, and we realized there were many of Alex's victims here too.
He hit me too.
He even extorted me. At the end, Alex was suspended and Adam apologized to me for locking me in the class. We forgave each other and decided to become friends. After all the drama, I was still thankful to him and Hera. It was due to this accident that I became much more confident in myself. I'm sorry. When I become a famous designer, I'll definitely come back to find you. Mom? Mom! OMG. It had been a dream in which I almost met my mother, but what was this?
I kept calling, but you didn't wake up, so I found by myself.
Even though I was annoyed about the messy storage room, he kept looking for some outfit. Welcome to WOA Animated Story. I'm Willow, an 18-year-old orphan girl who had a desire to find her mother. I saw her face in a dream, but it was spoiled by this guest. Before listening to my story, please like and subscribe. Thanks! From an early age, I was gifted in sewing and fashion design. I often taught myself about sewing.
My friends often had their own toys, but my toys were always cloth, thread, and ruler. Once two girls in my orphanage were fighting over a doll. Mine! It's mine! Careful! Oh no! It's your fault! It's yours! Come on, let me fix it. So I began to fix the Barbie with a new dress that made all my friends at the orphanage excited. And of course they were very happy with the final result that I created. Oh my gosh! Why is it so beautiful? Did you make it? And so I was able to earn a few cents from my friends in the orphanage and a few other children in the area. It was also the biggest dream of my life because if I became famous, my mother would surely recognize me and come back. To become a designer, I needed a lot of money to buy materials. So I applied for a job in a thrift shop to earn money, and I met him here. You have to tell me what you're looking for to let me help you. So, do you have this suit? It was a vintage dress from the 80s. Maybe he was looking for something for his girlfriend. I agreed to find it for him. All right, so I'll deposit 20% in advance. The rest you'll get after finding it. OMG! $10,000? I recognized his name on the check. It was Bryn, the son of the president of the largest oil corporation in America. Why did a rich person look for an old-fashioned dress? But it didn't matter. If I made him that suit, I could get a huge amount of money. I looked for that dress for Bryn, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Darn! I used the deposit to buy all the materials. So I had an idea. Why didn't I redesign that dress? I could get almost 80% similar, so I started working right away. After 5 days of designing, only focusing on it, I finally made a dress similar to the one he gave me. I even made it prettier than the old one. That afternoon, I went to Bryn's house to give him the new one. Oh my God! He lived on the top floor of the biggest building in New York. God, he was sure to be surprised when he saw it. Are you kidding me? This isn't what I need. What a crook. Slowly! I think this outfit is almost the same as the one you sent, even better. Go away. If you can't do it, don't promise. Didn't your mom teach you that? Why did you insult my mom? Oh my God, what was going on? Suddenly, the elevator malfunctioned. I tried to knock on the door to call for help, but Bryn just stayed in the corner of the elevator. He looked lost and scared. Bryn and I were reluctantly locked up in this place. When I was trying my best to find how to get out, Bryn was of no help. Can't you just sit there? Don't go. I'm afraid of the dark. Well, he looked so tall but was afraid of the dark. I was about to push Bryn away, but he held on to my hand. Looked like he had a fever. Bryn kept calling his mother's name. While I was helping him cool down, I discovered a photo of Bryn's mother in old clothes. God, about an hour later, someone came to rescue. I returned him the check because I knew I would never be able to design the one Bryn wanted. Since I returned it to Bryn, I thought I would never see him again. But no, Bryn kept going to the thrift shop to look for me. He asked me to design clothes, but he didn't pay much attention to them. Every time I brought them to him, Bryn invited me to have dinner. Bryn's attitude was very strange. He expressed his love 1,000 times. I like you. Even though sometimes I had the feelings for him, but I knew for sure that guys like him would just play with girls' emotions. That night, I went to Bryn's company and asked him to stop it. Then I left and Bryn asked to take me home, but I refused. When walking alone on the road, suddenly a mysterious man appeared on the road, and you knew, oh my God, that was a pervert. Ah, save me! He gloated, and then, stay away from her. At this moment, Bryn hugged me and made my heart skip a beat. I never made fun of you. He then recounted when we were in the elevator. Bryn was touched by my care when he had a fever. He thought that I was very like his mother. After the night we were stuck in, I couldn't keep thinking about you. I want to protect you. Give me that chance. With Bryn's success, I agreed to give him a chance and we officially became a couple. We spent our dating time watching movies. He gave me the opportunity to design company uniforms and I still helped him find his mother's old dress. Bryn wasn't too close to his father because of an argument when her mom was kicked out of the house with her belongings. One day, I went to Bryn's house to finish the design. While Bryn wasn't home yet, I accidentally spilled coffee on my shirt, so I took a temporary dress I made to wear. After changing, I made my way back to his room. God, Bryn's house was a maze. Unbelievable. I accidentally opened a door. In the room was a picture of the president. When I was about to leave, I discovered something strange. That was not...
Janet, is that you?
Oh my God, the person hugging me was the president. I wanted to push him away, but I discovered when Bryn was standing there.
What are you doing? Kicking your wife out of the house and now hugging my girlfriend? Willow, I didn't expect you to be like that.
Despite my attempts to explain, Bryn swatted my hand away and walked away. Seeing the president fell, I helped him up.
Sorry for being rude. Looking at you in that outfit, I think of my wife.
Turns out the president still loved and missed Bryn's mother. Because he misunderstood his wife's adultery, he kicked her out of the house. When he discovered the truth, she died of a terrible disease. It was impossible for Bryn to forgive him. Bryn cut off all contact and left.
Surely he will never forgive me.
There's a way, but I need a little help from you. The next morning, I got ready to wait for Bryn. As expected, after seeing the dress I wore for the mannequin at the door, Bryn banged on the door and demanded to enter my store.
Willow, open the door. Where can you find it?
Before you take it, I want to say I'm not the one who finds the dress. It's someone else.
Huh?
That was right. The shirt was never lost. The person who kept it all the time was the president. I told Bryn that I had seen it in his office. He hugged me too because I was wearing that dress which made him miss his wife. He was very regretful because of doing with your mom. From behind Bryn, the president took a bag and handed it to him. It contained all of his mother's belongings. The president burst into tears.
I deeply regretted my carelessness. I will always miss your mother the same way you miss her.
Bryn also burst into tears. They hugged each other and all misunderstandings were cleared up. Bryn also apologized to me for the misunderstanding. Then we made up. I took down Bryn's dress and put it in his mother's bag. Oh my God! I found out on the bag there was a Jasmine logo, just like the one on my blanket. Bryn, tell me, this bag, where did your mother buy it?
This bag belongs to the JW brand. This Jasmine logo was only used by the first designer of this brand. It's Mrs. Jasmine Williams.
I asked him how I could meet her. Bryn said that Miss Jasmine would never meet strangers. The only way for her to appear in public is to participate in the contest The Boss of Fashion, because Mrs. Jasmine was a judge. Was she the mother I was looking for? But how do I attend that contest? Please stay tuned for the next episodes of the series, I'm the Boss of Fashion on WOA Animated Story. See ya!
That day, my bestie Silas and I were hiding in the closet. He trembled while clutching my hand. Before Clinton finds us, I just want you to know that I like you more than friends. I was shocked and was eager to reply that I liked him too, when suddenly the closet door opened. How dare you put paint on my shoes! Clinton, Silas' brother, raised his baseball bat and was about to beat us up, but I was faster. I quickly sprayed snow on his face, then pulled Silas with me. Run! Silas, run! Hi, I'm Savia, and I'm from Michigan. I'm here today to tell you my life story. I spent my lovely childhood with Silas, my neighbor, and also my bestie. He has an identical twin brother, Clinton, who shared a split image of him but was a more evil version. While Silas was gentle and kind, Clinton was rude and violent. From a young age, Silas always told me that his brother was bossy and overbearing. Clinton was his mom's golden child, while Silas was the family black sheep. Whenever my bestie was bullied by his brother, I often consoled him with ice cream and pulled pranks on his horrible brother for revenge. Once, we were playing ball with Goofy, Silas' doggo, in the park, when suddenly, Clinton ran over and shouted, "Give the ball back to me! It's mine!" Then he rushed over to snatch the ball from my hand. I immediately threw it away, which caused it bounce off the tree and almost crash into the window, but thankfully, Silas covered the window in time so it continued to crash into the fire hydrant, flew to a boy's bat, and finally hit Clinton in the head, knocking him out. We held our stomachs and laughed hysterically, then Silas pulled me away, leaving Clinton standing there annoyed. It was not the only time we put Clinton in his place. Another time, I saw Silas and Clinton squabbling over a PS4 box. Clinton grabbed the box and pushed his brother to the ground. Clinton, I got it first! A pathetic loser like you doesn't deserve this. What a spoiled a-hole. I would definitely teach him a lesson. I called my bestie loudly and signaled him. Dude, throw the box to me! Silas quickly threw the PS4 box to me, but Clinton had immediately run over to get the box back. Too bad for him, I grabbed the box and jumped straight into the pool while raising it high above my head so it wouldn't get wet. For those who don't know, Clinton was drowned once when he was a kid, so he was terrified of water. I stood there mocking him. La la la, catch me if you can! He kept standing on the deck helplessly, and Silas quickly seized the chance to hold him back and let me escape. I leisurely climbed on the deck, not forgetting to step on his foot before running away. Everything was fine until Silas' family suddenly moved away the day after he confessed his feelings to me. We didn't know how to contact each other after that, and I hadn't replied to his confession yet. I felt extremely regretful, and I missed Silas dearly. I spent day and night praying to see him again. 4 years later, God answered my prayer when one day, my mom asked me to get dressed for a dinner with an old friend. Mom said I would definitely be surprised. When I went to the restaurant with her, I was shocked to see Mrs. Wen, Silas' mother. That meant I was about to see Silas again. I was so eager and happy when suddenly a boy bumped into me.
Watch your step.
It was Clinton. He nudged me rudely and walked past me. His ugly personality hadn't changed. When dinner began, we all sat down to reminisce about the past. Mrs. Wen was constantly bragging about Clinton while he was quietly eating without much interest. I couldn't be patient anymore, so I interrupted them. Where's Silas? Clinton nervously dropped his fork to the ground as Mrs. Wen sighed. Silas has joined the US Army and is on duty in Tennessee. No way! He hadn't turned 18 yet! He was not qualified to join the army! And with Clinton's odd demeanor, something must have happened to Silas. I must find it out. Clinton was as rude as ever. As my mom and Mrs. Wen saw each other more often, so did he and I. Once when the Wen family came over to my house, I tried to reach for a book on the shelf but couldn't. Suddenly, Clinton came to take it. When the two moms came in, he put the book on a high position and mocked me.
You think you get the book, dwarf?
Dwarf? Whenever he got the chance, he used it to bully me. Once, when we were about to start a meal, he even pulled my chair away and made me fall to the ground. Ugh, this a-hole was as stupid and childish as ever. He kept trying to get revenge for what I did to him in the past. Oh, how I missed Silas. If he was here, surely he would protect me against his evil brother and treat me like a princess. A few weeks later, their family invited mine over for another dinner. While my mom was busy talking to Mrs. Wen and Clinton went outside, I sneaked up to Silas' room. Everything in his room was neat and still new. I walked around the room and found a childhood photo of us on his desk. My heart burned with a desire to see Silas again, but right after that, all of my hopes were completely extinguished. Why? Because I saw a death certificate placed on Silas' desk. Oh no! My Silas? I was trying to take a closer look at the certificate when someone forcefully pulled me by the shoulder. Ouch! It hurts!
Who let you in here? Get out!
Clinton appeared and forcefully brought me out of the room. After that, he even asked both my mom and me to leave in a hurry. They must be hiding something from me. I needed to investigate this. Just like that, I started following Clinton around and learned his routine. I found out that he often took his mom shopping and visiting the hospital. One day, he was taking Mrs. Wen out for a picnic when his phone suddenly rang. He left her alone and stood far away to answer the call. I immediately followed him and eavesdropped him.
Yeah, let's tell Silas died during his duty. Nobody's gonna know.
What? Did Clinton hurt Silas and hid it from everyone? I took out my phone and recorded his entire conversation to expose him. After that, I carefully planned to expose everything Clinton was trying to hide. When my birthday came, I asked to organize it on the yacht and asked my mom to invite the Wen family to attend. They would definitely pay the price for their crimes. On my birthday, when the violin melody was playing throughout the yacht, I picked up the saxophone and blew it loudly to get everyone's attention. Listen everyone, it's my 18th birthday today, and I want to dedicate it to get justice for my best friend, who was also my lifelong crush. Everyone was shocked about my statement. Clinton stood frozen and looked at me with a panicked expression. Surprise, isn't it, Clinton? Do you think you can hurt Silas and get away with it? At that crucial moment, my clumsy self tripped and I fell off the deck. Ah! Help! Clinton didn't hesitate one sec as he immediately jumped into the sea to save me. He quickly brought me back on the yacht and even wrapped me in a towel. How was that possible? I knew he was terrified of water and couldn't swim. Nonetheless, I furiously grabbed his collar. Why did you hurt Silas? What did you do to him? He sighed and took my hands.
I'm sorry for hiding it from you, Savvy.
It turned out that the Clinton I met again was none other than Silas. The truth was, Clinton died in a car crash just 3 months ago. In order for his mom not to be too shocked and disappointed, Silas pretended to be Clinton and lied that Silas had joined the US Army because he thought that to his mom, losing a black sheep would be easier than losing her golden child. The death certificate I saw was actually Clinton's. That was also why he treated me so rudely when we met again, so that nobody would suspect him.
Sorry, I should have told you, Savvy.
Suddenly, there was the sound of a glass shattering. Mrs. Wen was standing behind us and burst into tears. She hugged Silas tightly and whimpered, "Thank you for always thinking about me. I've known the truth for a long time, but I was too cowardly to face it. I'm sorry for hurting you. I love you as much as I love your brother." Silas hugged his mom and cried for that whole day. Everyone there was very moved. Later, Mrs. Wen had finally accepted that Clinton was gone and had treated Silas better. As for me and Silas, after the day I confessed my feelings to him on the yacht, he kept teasing me about it, and not long after that, we became a couple.
I took Robert's arm and waved goodbye to his parents. Looking at their beaming faces, I knew they were very pleased with the role of the girlfriend I played. Suddenly, a shoe hit him on the head. Robert! How dare you lie to me? Oh, that's Robert's girlfriend. The girl with strong muscles came over me in a rush. Stop! Don't you dare run away! I ran away immediately while trying to dodge the other shoe that was about to fly to my head, and reminded Robert, who was holding his head in shock. You still owe me $300 for my performance. Hi everyone! Is anyone interested for a fake girlfriend? If so, please use the app Fake Girlfriend to order my service. I'm Jill, 19 years old. 3 months ago, my father was diagnosed with cancer, so I had to drop out of IT major and became the main source of income. People contacted me when they needed a fake girlfriend and paid me for transactions. Thanks to this app, my life was temporarily not at a standstill. Until I met the true love of my life. It was a busy week with deals. Everything started with a schoolboy named Paul, who had a rather sloppy appearance, with large glasses taking up half of his face. Paul hired me to help him experience the first date of his life. He took me home, gave me a dress and a pad of paper. Please dress up and memorize all the lines in this script. Why didn't he date a pre-programmed robot? I started to feel insecure. While Paul was preparing dinner, I was scouting around the house and suddenly one thing caught my eye. It was the room with a red door. OMG! When I walked in, the inside was filled with my photos. He followed me everywhere. What a pervert. Suddenly, I heard his calling. Jill, my love, where are you? That voice made me shiver. I had to escape from here. I couldn't think too much and hurriedly jumped out the window. Maybe because of haste or fear, I tripped and fell down. Oh, this landing doesn't hurt as I thought. Suddenly, a weak voice raised. But I do. Only then did I realize that I had fallen on a guy. I quickly helped him up, but Paul had found me. My Jill, please wait for me. Due to being scared, I ran so fast that the guy I was carrying fell again. Hearing his groan, I quickly turned around. Oops, sorry. Then I uplifted him onto my back and ran away. After escaping from the pervert Paul, I stopped and gasped for breath. Now the person on my back said, I wonder where this horse will take me. I was startled. He brushed the dirt off his clothes and asked me, how did that man make you panic like that? I rolled my eyes, trying to hide my job. He's my ex-boyfriend. His personality is a little bit eccentric. Can't be as eccentric as a girl who likes to play the role of a horse. What a funny guy. Then I offered him a cup of coffee as an apology. We chatted very happily. His name was Troy. He was a student working as the assistant of an IT company. And I lied that I was majoring in IT at Stanford University, so we had a lot in common to talk about. At the end of the conversation, Troy asked me,
Do you want to be an IT intern? I may introduce you to my director.
I was stunned. Are you doing so? Troy laughed, then nodded. I jumped up and hugged him. By the time I had noticed, we were all blushing. Therefore, we had a long time to get along at the company. After a month, his company organized a trip to Santa Monica Beach. I looked at the clear blue water and nudged Troy to invite him to go surfing. Troy laughed.
But I'm not a good swimmer.
Don't be so cowardly. I will save you. Then we took the board and rushed to the sea. When I took the first wave, I completely controlled it. After that, I looked back and wanted to show off. Have you seen my skills? Troy? I started to panic and looked around. Suddenly, I saw Troy waving for help in the distance. I rushed over like the wind and brought him ashore. Oh no, he had passed out. I quickly gave him CPR. However, after all my efforts, he still wouldn't wake up. I fell on top of him and cried.
I will only come back to life if you accept to be my girlfriend.
I was startled, then looked up at him. How dare you tease me like that? From that event, we became a couple. I made Troy promise he wouldn't lie to me again, but I still kept hiding from him my true job. Ever since I saw the sincerity in Troy's eyes, I knew I had to immediately lock the app. That night, I went to the hospital and told my dad about Troy. However, by the time I had arrived, the doctor said that I had to pay the cost of the surgery because my father's condition was getting worse. I looked at the phone. If I locked the app now, I would only earn a small income from my internship. Suddenly, the phone rang again. A new deal. There was a message from a new customer. Requirement: pretending to be my bride. I will pay you $3,000. If I did it well, I would have enough money to save my father. So I pressed the accept button without hesitance. Right before the fake wedding day, I received a call from Troy.
I've prepared a surprise for you the following night. Don't forget it.
Oh no, tomorrow was our 1-month love anniversary. At that time, I made a bold decision. I would participate in both events at the same time. That night, I put on my wedding dress and welcomed guests with my fake husband, Evan. After an hour, I held my stomach and exclaimed, "Evan, I need to go to the bathroom." Before Evan could reply, I hurriedly ran to change clothes. I grabbed my dress and rushed to the destination. Luckily, it was only 400 meters from the wedding. When I arrived, I saw a red carpet walkway leading to a table with flickering candles. Suddenly, Troy's hand grabbed mine and led me on the carpet. He made my heart melt. When I was immersed in Troy's actions, my phone rang.
Where are you? The wedding's about to begin.
I was startled, quickly asked Troy's permission and ran away. 10 minutes later, I took Evan's arm and walked into the aisle. I take Troy Adams. Oh, no, my mistake. Evan Jones to be my husband. The fact that I misspelled my husband's name at the wedding made the guests laugh. As soon as I grabbed Evan's hand, Troy phoned me. I quickly hung up. Suddenly, someone called my name.
Jill, what the fudge are you doing?
When I looked back, oh, it was Troy. I ran over and grabbed Troy's hand. Please let me explain. But he didn't hear a word, brushed my hand away, and angrily walked away. I cried in vain. Everything isn't what you're thinking. Since that incident, I hadn't been able to contact Troy. One day, I waited for him until late at night, but he refused to see me, so I had to leave. Halfway through, I felt like someone was following me, but when I turned around, no one was there. I phoned Troy, but it was still the voice of message box. I said in tremble, "Someone is following me. I'm so scared." As soon as I spoke, a cold hand touched my shoulder.
Do you still miss me, Jill? We finally have a chance to be together.
I was dumbfounded. It was Paul, that perverted guy. As soon as I panicked and stepped back, he got closer and closer to me, reached out to stroke my face. Paul smiled wickedly.
Now only I need you. Be obedient and you'll be safe.
Suddenly Suddenly, a hand grabbed Paul's shoulder, pulled him back, and gave him a slamming punch.
Jill is mine. Stay away from my girl.
It turned out that Troy heard my voice message and rushed to save me. After the pervert Paul was caught by the police, I told Troy about my father's illness, and I had to pretend to be a girlfriend to pay for his surgery cost. I'm sorry, Troy. I should have told you sooner. Troy immediately hugged me.
From now on, you have me as a companion. We will overcome difficulties together.
My dad's condition got better due to Troy's help. He helped me pay the remaining hospital bill and taught me more about my favorite major, IT. No matter what happens, lovers are bound to get back together, right?
Caddy posed extremely professionally. I'd been running after my sister all day and hadn't sat down for a minute. When I massaged my tired legs, my mother shouted, "Get her some water!" As she spoke, my mother stroked Caddy's face. "Drink enough water to have beautiful skin." I rushed to get a water bottle, but as soon as I turned around, I was caught by a wire that made all the lights in the studio fall and hit me. Ah! I groped my way out of the lights and saw my sister looking at me weirdly. "Are you alright? I didn't mean to." Suddenly, my mother rushed in front of me. "What the fudge are you doing, you scoundrel?" She dragged me out of the studio and locked me outside in the cold. Hi, I'm Kristen, the younger sister of the famous model Caddy. My older sister was supported by my mother to become a model since the age of 14 and always received her favor. On the contrary, I always had to follow Caddy to work as a servant. Sometimes I wondered, what if I had my sister's life? Would my mother treat me differently if I was as perfect as Caddy? One day, as I was just setting breakfast on the table, my mother and Caddy showed up. My mother shouted to me, "Hurry up and iron the clothes I left on the bed. Your sister needs them in the next 15 minutes. I rushed to her bedroom and oh my gosh, I realized that the pile of clothes to iron was taller than me. While I was busy working, suddenly a noise startled me. I rushed out to see what happened. As soon as I entered the kitchen door, my mother pointed directly at me. "Why did you keep the plate so close to the edge of the table? What if it broke and hurt Caddy?" I immediately went and cleaned up the fragments on the ground. That was right. If I was as perfect as Caddy, my mother wouldn't let me get hurt. Suddenly, her phone rang. At this time, my stomach suddenly growled because I had not eaten anything since morning. I took the waffle on the table, quickly stuffed it into my mouth and chewed. As I was munching on the last bite, my mother aggressively made a dash at Caddy, hurt the phone to the ground, and it bounced right back at me. But don't worry, I'm very agile. Immediately, she spoke up. "Caddy, I told you to stay away from men. See what you did." I quickly took out my phone to see. The news that my sister was dating a 35-year-old man was on the first page of every article. My mother sighed. "Open a press conference to announce that he has seduced you." "But I really love him. If I can't be with the person I love, I'd rather be a common person, not a model." My mother angrily overturned the dining table. "Ungrateful bastard!" She was about to rush in and beat Caddy, but I quickly intervened to give my sister a chance to run away. Suddenly, my mother stared at me, and I realized something was wrong as she began to evaluate me from top to bottom. She looked depressed and slumped down in the chair. "Caddy is the main breadwinner in this house. Now if the contract is cancelled, we'll be broke. If your sister was as docile as you, I wouldn't suffer so much." I put my hand on my mother's shoulder to comfort her. She quickly grabbed my hand. "Kristen, let's replace Caddy. Then we can solve the problem at hand." Yes, I was both more obedient and more docile than Caddy. As long as I took my sister's place, everything would be solved easily. Thanks to Mom, I got myself refurbished from head to toe. Oh my god, look at me! This was the supermodel Kristen! In addition, I also attended catwalk classes, learned how to pose in front of the camera and answer interviews. Every class started in the morning and ended late at night, but I still felt very happy. One day, I came home to find Caddy studying with her friends in the living room and talking cheerfully. It had been a long time since the last time I saw that smile from Katie. Not at all like the industrial smile in the magazine. While I was having breakfast with my sister in the next morning, my mother angrily came and snatched the waffle from my plate. "Do you know how many calories are in this cake? I don't spend a lot of money on you to let you destroy your merits like that!" After that, my mother immediately dumped my breakfast in the trash and punished me for a 3-kilometer run in the park. It was all my fault. I should have known my mother would be angry if I ate such fatty food. Since then, I was supervised by my mother for every meal. Moreover, my mother forced me to skip school to exercise until I lost weight. Every night, I was so hungry that I had to sneak down to the kitchen to find food. Every time I did it, I thought, it's okay, tomorrow I will exercise for 1 more hour. One night, I excitedly opened the fridge, but oh no, only green vegetables and apples. My mother must have wanted to turn me into a horse that can speak. Luckily, I found a slice of pizza in the fridge and quickly devoured it. Suddenly, I heard footsteps coming down the stairs, getting closer and closer to me. I quickly stuffed the pizza into my mouth, but it was impossible for me to swallow. It's over. If my mother saw me, I would die. The kitchen lights were on. It was Caddy with a baseball bat. She sighed. Come on, Kristen. I thought you were a thief. I looked at Caddy and laughed, sending the pizza in my mouth all over my sister's face. Caddy signaled quiet. Then she ordered pizza for me. We sat in the yard, ate and talked to each other. I looked at Caddy and sighed. I once thought your life was great. You can buy anything you like and be admired by many people. Caddy looked sad, then she told everything. It turned out that because of our mother's control for 5 years, Caddy was unable to attend her favorite chemistry class or make new friends. That caused Caddy's academic results to drop, and she didn't have any friends by her side. Caddy said while trying to hold back her tears. I was the one who revealed the dating scandal myself. That man was hired by me. What? I just want to get rid of our mother, so I can go back to being who I really am. I was taken aback by Caddy's confession. I laid all night to think about what she said. The next morning, as I was bored with munching on an apple, my mother ran in with a smile on her face. Oh, Kristen darling, after eating, we'll calculate your body mass index. Gluck. I gulped and worried about the undigested pizza in my stomach. After that, she took me to the sports center. I stood nervously on the scale. My mother looked at my weight index and angrily asked, You've been on a diet for a long time. Why have you gained so much weight? Facing my mother's harsh interrogation, I had to admit my mistake. She yelled at me. Do you know how hard that contract is to get? If you don't want to ruin my plans, go get liposuction. I was shocked by what my mother said. I couldn't believe that she really forced me to go to the hospital. The doctor advised my mother not to let me have liposuction at this age, but she ignored everything and signed the surgery form. I didn't accept it. You can't force me to do surgery. It's my body.
Unfortunately, you don't have any choice.
Then she waved her hand to ask the bodyguard to lock me up. That night, I was observed outside the hospital room all night. If I continued to stay here, I would be controlled by her for the rest of my life. I had to get out of here. Then I pretended to have a stomachache. I told the bodyguard that I wanted to go to the bathroom. He followed me step by step until I pointed my finger to the right to distract him. Why is my mother here this time? As soon as he turned his attention to where I pointed, I ran straight ahead. He also quickly noticed and chased me. Arriving in the lobby, I didn't know which way to run, but suddenly a hand covered my mouth and dragged me into the room. It was Caddy. Hurry up, put on this nurse uniform. I'll impersonate you to distract him. With no other choice, I quickly changed. Waiting for the bodyguard to chase my sister, I hurriedly ran in the opposite direction. After running for a while, when my legs couldn't take it anymore, I reached the police station. My mother was immediately arrested for everything she had done to us just because of her own benefits. And we were taken to our grandparents' house in the countryside. Although we no longer had a fancy house or beautiful clothes, we were not under my mother's control and could do what we wanted.
Oh my god! I just performed in front of thousands of people! I was so nervous that my hands became so sweaty. Phew. Keep it together, Ellie. You've already had this baby with you. I touched the box mask on my head. My performance was finally over. I was at backstage and about to go home when suddenly... Ouch! I bumped into a clumsy guy. OMG! My mask! That guy quickly adjusted his glasses right in front of my face. In his hand was a phone with a flashlight on. Oh damn! Did he record my real face? Hold up. You must be wondering why I wore a box mask during my performance. Let's like and subscribe before I tell you about that. Hi, I'm Ellie, an ordinary 17-year-old Ellie, aka the extraordinary DJ EV. However, it's a secret to everyone. Even my audience are curious about my true identity. The reason why I have to do this is because of my illness. And also, I want to keep my private life out of trouble. Now guess who's gonna expose my true face after 2 years? Apparently, that guy was just as dazed as I was. But the worst was he knew exactly who I was.
You're DJ Eve?
Turn that thing off, now!
What thing?
I rushed in to get his phone, but he was way faster. His phone was kept out of my league. Did you just record me on camera? Give that to me!
You mean this? Jeez, that was dumb. I didn't...
How much do you want to get rid of that video? He was dumbfounded in a sec. I knew it! My trick never got old. It never failed. Well, I guess our deal is over. I'm leaving. I only need 3 seconds for this. 3, 2, 1.
Hey!
See? Such a classic handsome money hunger. I took a stack of $10,000 out of my purse.
I'll deal as long as you hire me as your bodyguard for $7,000 for 3 months.
Why do I have to do that while all I have to do is give him 10 grand at once and we're done? Of course I explained that to him, but he just refused my offer.
If you say no, I will post this video right away.
Okay, fine, I'll deal. Then he thanked me profusely.
I will not let you down. Thank you so much.
So after that day, he became my new bodyguard. Oh, I forgot to introduce. That weird guy was Lewis. Because there were no available vacancies in the team, I had to bring him to school as my classmate. However, his overprotectiveness had somehow turned me into an alien in front of everyone. It was pouring down that day. Lewis and I were on our way home. Suddenly, a speeding car came toward us. Huh? Want to splash water on me? Watch how I dodge it like a pro. Uh-oh.
Be careful. I'll get this.
And then, water splashed on Lewis from top to toe. Still, he smiled proudly like Spider-Man who had just saved Gwen from the hand of death.
Did you see it? Amazing, right?
If you don't get your butt here and help me, I'll dip your head into that puddle. Gosh, he had only one job to do but still failed. So I scolded him. Are you nuts? I told you no one can know that I'm famous. So can you just act like a normal human being for a sec? After that, I left in anger. Even though I was unhappy about him, I couldn't show too much attitude because he still had that video. Anyway, I thought he would behave differently. But clearly I was wrong. There was one time I was studying in the library. My bestie Jolly suddenly ran toward me. I got an A! I got an A! You must reward me with a barbecue party. Out of nowhere, Lewis appeared and he used some basic moves and easily blocked Jolly. Ouch! Ouch! Get your hands off me! Oh gosh, you're acting crazy. She's my friend.
You shouldn't trust anyone.
This knucklehead. I couldn't make him let go. That was it. I can't take this anymore. I'm not hiring you anymore. You're fired. He hastily released Jolly, and then...
Don't forget why you hired me.
The quarrel got everyone's attention, especially Jolly's. She kept questioning me. I knew I couldn't keep it under wraps anymore, so I decided to tell her everything. You're DJ Evie? And he's your bodyguard? Shh! I'm sorry. Did I hurt you? I'll make it up to you. She looked at me for a moment from top to toe. How about you give me this? I'll consider that an apology. Jolly had always been as innocent as ever. Then I told her about the video that Lewis was keeping. Jolly claimed that she could go to the set with me to help me watch him out. Also, she could help me take the video from him. The following days, Jolly came to my performances more frequently. She suggested I invite Lewis over for dinner. Then he wouldn't be able to resist my cooking skill. I could put some purge into his dish and bam! He would definitely go to the toilet without his phone. Haha! Brilliant! As planned, I invited Lewis to my house and bought some ingredients to cook spaghetti. Okay, let's do this. Put spaghetti into the pan. Why is it burning? I struggled, not knowing what to do. Suddenly, from behind, a hand hurriedly turned off the gas stove.
He even used a fire extinguisher to blow the pan away.
You should sit aside.
And so I had to sit still and watch him cook. The way he protected me was also quite charming. No! I couldn't miss the only chance I had. I slowly appeared from behind him and tried to reach out to take the phone in his pocket.
Huh?
Whoop! My heart skipped a beat. What was wrong with me? There's no way I quickly pushed him away. My face was as red as a ripe tomato.
My mom is also very clumsy, and she can't cook just like you. So I just want to protect.
His words had touched my heart. Then we talked and started to get to know each other. Suddenly, Lewis asked me,
Why do you wear a box on stage?
I took a deep breath, then decided to confess about my illness. I've been suffering from stage fright. When I was younger, I used to be on stage and then became a clown in front of my classmates for failing the performance. I was so heartbroken and scared. Until I found this box right next to me. I just felt better with it on my head.
But I think you look cooler without it. You're doing great. Trust me.
We looked at each other as if time had frozen. Lewis charmingly ran his hand through my hair, and it was crazy. We even almost had a kiss.
Huh?
The water is boiling. I have to turn it off. That night, I totally forgot about taking the video from his phone. The only thing that came to my mind was a romantic image of him. Uh-oh. Then I told Jolly about the dinner. OMG! Are you out of your mind? He's been using that video to blackmail you. But he even tricked me to spoil your secrets. You can't trust him. He will release everything to the media. I couldn't believe Lewis would stab me in my back. So I swore to keep my distance from him.
Huh?
However, in the following days, Lewis acted not like a regular bodyguard. He treated me differently. He tied my hair, helped me put my shoes on, or even wiped my mouth. Once, while I was interacting with my audience, a fan was shaking my hand. Then suddenly, he jerked back and grabbed my box with both hands in front of 100 people. I wish I could tell you how terrified I was. While my bodyguards were all confused, Lewis didn't hesitate to push the man away. Then he carried me out of the event.
I'm here. Don't worry.
Maybe Jolly was thinking too much. In order to thank him and also show my gratitude, I decided to buy Lewis a watch. The next morning, I was on my way to Lewis's house when suddenly there was a call from my agency.
Ellie, where are you? Your face and your identity have been released on the internet. We're trying to settle this, but...
Lewis, did he really betray my trust? All this time I thought he had feelings for me.
What's going on?
I lost control and gave him a slap, then threw the watch at him. You freaking liar! You said you wanted to protect me, but you sent that video to the press!
The video? What are you talking about?
I was so mad that I didn't hear any explanation from Lewis. I cried like a baby and immediately talked to Jolly. I knew it! Told you not to trust that brat! Then she ran downstairs to make some comforting coffee for me. During that time, I noticed a message pop up on Jolly's phone. I accidentally saw those words. Evie's photos are sharp enough. You will be paid $3,000 for those. I froze in shock. The one behind all of my troubles was Jolly? My bestie? It turned out that she followed me to my stage to record my face behind the mask. When Jolly stepped in, I immediately rushed to confront her. It was you! Stabbed me in the back and blamed Lewis, you evil witch! She didn't pretend anymore. She finally revealed her true, greedy, and money-hunger self. You were the one to blame Lewis. You trusted him, and he trusted you, remember? And I trusted money. Money was everything for Jolly, and she refused to care about anything but money. I swatted her hand away, snatching back my necklace. Stay away from me. You'll pay for what you've done. A few days later, my agency had to hold a press conference. I had to reveal my true identity to the public there. I could only close my eyes and shake my hands and legs. But when I recalled Lewis's encouraging words, I finally had the strength to confess. I always had to wear this box mask because of my stage fright. I was so scared that I'd screwed it up and that I would let my audience down. But a guy came and told me that I don't have to wear this heavy helmet. And so I had enough courage to stand in front of everyone without it. Everyone became silent. My limbs were shaking even worse. Suddenly, an audience stood up and shouted, "You did a great job!" Then many people also stood up to show their support. I was wrong to think that they would be judgmental. The fact was, they all sympathized with my illness and encouraged me to do well. My audience also condemned Jolly's evil action. She lost all her friends at school, and of course no guy would date such a greedy and mean girl. As for me, thanks to everyone's encouragement, I decided to put off my mask and perform as DJ Ellie. I decided to face my stage fright for the sake of those who loved and supported me. But there was one thing I still had to do. I met Lewis and found out everything. As it turned out, his mom was seriously ill, and he couldn't find a job that allowed advance payment for her medical treatment. The moment he met me at the concert, Lewis was just turning on the flashlight to find something, and that caused our misunderstanding.
I'm sorry because there was no video. I just wanted to find a job. I wasn't expecting that.
That you had feelings for me, right? We looked at each other's eyes dumbfounded. We decided to give each other a second chance. Because it is what we both deserve, isn't it? Oops! Sorry, didn't see ya. This devil. Who did she think she was to kick my books? What the hell are you doing? Oh, hold on. Do you think I would react like that for real? Unfortunately, I didn't. In fact, I just silently put my books back in my bag. You might want to pity me because I was so invisible, right? Well, no worries. It was just my cover. Hi, I'm Nora, 18. If you want to know why I did that, then like and subscribe to our channel. Since high school, I had found a way to make myself as unremarkable as possible. I always believed that as long as no one noticed me, I could avoid all dramas, and so study and finish high school in peace. Queen of high school was like my family tradition. My grandmother, my mother, even my aunt were all like the hottest girls in high school, but I didn't want to follow their leads at all. Plus, I was hiding a secret. I had this great passion for rock and roll and had been a drummer in a rock band called Jackpot. This is who I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is Jackpot! Congratulations!
Yay! After the contest, my members suggested going out to celebrate, but I refused. Because I had to get home before my mom found out that I wasn't in my room.
Nora, wait!
It was Austin, 19 years old, the bass guitarist, not only handsome, but also a downtown bank president's son. On top of that, I don't understand what this flower thing means.
Nora, actually, I've been into you for a while now. Will you be my girlfriend?
Oh, why all of a sudden? I mean, I've never been in this situation before. I don't think I like him at all. But if I told him that, things in the band would be a mess. What should I do now? Austin looked at me, waiting for the answer. Austin, I don't feel that way for you. I think.
Hey, the contest is over. Why are you still... What is this?
Here it is. Cameron, aka my childhood best friend, aka my neighbor, aka my lifesaver. Maybe he was done with waiting for me, so he went inside. Gosh, Why did I feel cold all of a sudden?
Is this guy bothering you? What is he to you? It's none of your business. Let's go.
These two people! They were pulling my hands off. To put an end to this embarrassment, there was one thing I could do. Enough is enough! As I was leaving, Cameron immediately chased after me.
You will be mine, I swear to God.
After the contest, I came back to my own little world. But my classmates were too talkative. Wow, who is this handsome? Really? That's the son of the president of the Gold Sanchez Bank, Austin Sanchez. How pitiful you don't know who he is. Anyway, I will definitely marry him one day. Zoe, the beauty queen of my class, was bragging about some rich guy who was a match with her money and power because her family owned the Z Fashion Group. To be honest, I couldn't hear what she said. There were only drum beats in my head then.
Hey, wanna see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 today?
Sounds good, bro.
Great. I'll pick you up at 8.
Okay. As soon as I opened my locker, tons of roses fell out. Yes, I almost drowned in them. Who made this stupid goddamn prank? I could feel those strangers' eyes were all on me.
Knock it off. Nothing to watch here. Go away.
He took me out of the chaotic hallway. It was a challenge to escape the curious crowd, but we made it. I could finally heave a sigh of relief. Well, you can let go now. Cameron also noticed that he was still holding my shoulder, and he quickly let go of me.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Right then, I heard the sound of a horn. A sport bike came from nowhere and stopped right in front of us. Austin got off the bike, and in his hand was a bouquet of roses. It was him! That bastard who stuffed roses into my locker was Austin!
Nora, this is for you.
I took the roses and threw them at him. Everyone's jaw dropped to see what happened. I don't need this! Just leave me alone!
What's wrong? Why? Oh, back off. She said leave her alone. Who are you to tell me to back off?
Austin angrily rushed over and grabbed Cameron's collar. Cameron also grabbed back. I was so confused and shocked that my body went numb. The fight was only over when my homeroom teacher showed up and got the boys to the office. I was about to follow them, but Zoe and her girls stopped me. Come with me. Before I could react, she pushed me into the room. What are you doing? Open the door! Open the door! This is all your fault. You stole my Austin from me. Now enjoy the darkness. God, I couldn't breathe normally. I hated darkness and also had a fear of confined spaces. Zoe, she was losing her mind. I had no idea how long I had been in there. My body was drained and I couldn't bang on the door or cry for help. At that moment, I thought of Cameron. Gosh, I wish he was here to rescue me from this place.
Nora, where are you?
Hold on. I didn't mishear, did I? It was Cameron! Cameron! I'm here!
I heard you. Stay back.
In the blink of an eye, the door was wide opened. Cameron appeared at the door like a hero.
Don't be scared. I'm here.
When I regained consciousness, I found myself in the hospital. Cameron and Austin were also in the room.
Nora? Do you feel better now? Don't move. I'm calling the doctor right now.
Even an idiot could tell these lads were in a war to win my heart. Austin always pursued me enthusiastically, never missed a chance to ask me out, but I always saw him as my teammate. And Cameron, he chose to be charming and took care of me little by little. He was nice, but we had been best friends for like forever. How could I fall in love with my bestie? Right then, Zoe showed up. What was she doing here? She walked toward me like it was nothing and showed me her phone. On the phone was the photo of Cameron stuffing flowers into my locker. What was that? You knew I hated flowers and hated attention, but you still turned me into a freaking clown? You're horrible! I rushed out of the room in anger. Cameron immediately chased after me. Austin was about to follow his lead, but Zoe stopped him. Because of the flowers, I didn't talk to Cameron anymore. We didn't go home after school together anymore, and I finally focused on practicing with my band for the upcoming important contest. After 2 weeks, I still refused to make up with Cameron. As I was lying on my bed and looking at our photos, I only felt empty and heavy-hearted. Even when Zoe made fun of me at school, I didn't even bother because my mind was filled with the images of Cameron. I remembered how sad he was that day, and so my heart dropped. Was I being too harsh on him? Soon, it was time for the contest. We'd been practicing hundreds of times, and I was so sure that we'd do well this time. Oh no! The whole band gathered together. On the floor were 2 broken drumsticks.
Who could do this to us?
I don't know.
Do we have spare ones?
No, we don't. They were all broken. No drumsticks means no performance, and we're finished. What could I do when there were 10 minutes left until our stage? I was really panic-stricken. I didn't want my band to lose their glory because of me. My members comforted me, but seeing how worried they were, I just couldn't take it anymore. At this moment, my mind suddenly appeared the figure of a person. Should I call him? I hesitated, but when I looked at the band, I realized I had to do it. So I phoned Cameron, but he didn't pick up. Cam, if you get this voicemail, please take the drumsticks from my room and bring them to me ASAP. Please, I need you. I don't know if Cameron would make it here or not, but for now, I could only count on him. There were only 3 minutes left. My band members gradually lost hope when they couldn't find the replacement drumsticks for me. Standing behind the curtains, I looked down at the audience, heartbroken with disappointment.
Nora!
Suddenly, I felt the string of hope again. Just like when he rescued me from that room, or when he always appeared when I needed him the most. I couldn't stand but rush to hug him tight. You came.
I tried to come ASAP.
Do you bring the... I turned speechless when Cameron opened the drumstick box. There were 2 brand new drumsticks which I had always wanted to have. I looked at him in surprise. When Cameron was about to say something, Austin interrupted.
It's time. Let's go on stage. Go. We'll talk when the contest is over.
I took Austin's hand and we stepped on stage. Our performance was out of expectation. When I finished the last drum beat, the audience's incessant applause made me burst into tears. I turned to look at the wings. Cameron was there with a smile and our eyes met. Soon, it was time to announce who was the winner. The name Jackpot was shouted out. We made it! Both Austin and I, as well as the members, couldn't hold back our tears and joy. And in the audience, I saw Cameron. He gave me a thumbs up and smiled.
What's wrong, crying baby? Aren't you happy that I came?
I thought you would never come.
How could I miss the performance of the girl I like?
I suddenly blushed. My heart rate skyrocketed. I mustered up the courage to hug Cameron.
You guys need to hear this.
Behind Austin was Zoe. I was quite surprised to see her here. She timidly walked towards me.
What did you do? Say it.
I broke your drumsticks. What?
After the incident, I was also looking for a pair of replacement drumsticks when I caught Zoe doing something stealthily in the waiting room. She was sus, so I asked the security to check the camera. As I expected, she was the one who did it.
Because I envied you. I don't understand why such an ordinary girl like you is being pursued by 2 boys. You had no idea how much I liked Austin. I was so pissed off.
And?
I'm sorry. It's fine. I'm not mad at you, Zoe. I forgive you. Perhaps because she felt ashamed, Zoe ran away in tears. Austin seemed confused to see it, but then chased after her.
So, what about us?
What about us?
This was prepared for you. And I want to ask you, will you be my girlfriend?
I was touched to hear his words and was literally dumbstruck that I didn't know how to react properly. Cameron looked at me expectantly, but seeing me confused, he seemed disappointed. Yes! So, Cameron and I are now officially dating. Of course, our families are also very supportive. Austin has also accepted the fact that our relationship is nothing more than teammate. And Zoe, after that incident, she always finds opportunities to make up with me. She is not very obnoxious, is she? That day, my fiancé Daniel and I went to a souvenir shop in town. I decided to buy him a special lavender-scented bag which was made in Italy.
I'll keep it with me to remind me of you.
Suddenly, I looked to the side and saw two girls happily wearing Christmas headbands for each other. Wow, I really admire them. I didn't know when I could find such a beautiful friendship. Ouch! Are you okay?
Guards! Red alert!
Oh my god, did he lose his mind? At this time, my bodyguards burst into the door. They even had intent to pull out weapons. I order you to stop, right now. And it's no wonder why these girls were scared to death. Daniel, please, just don't overreact.
I just followed the Duke's words.
Guys, if this keeps happening, I won't have any friends in my whole life. Hi, I'm Isa, the dear daughter of a Grand Duke of Belgium. You probably already know, he is Daniel, my fiancé, and my only friend. Did you want to know the reason? I was controlled over what I wore and about standard attitude. I was allowed to attend the class, but unlike normal students, the relationships around me had to go through many very strict censorship steps. Background? My mother is a housewife? But I still haven't introduced my father! The next one!
I always get a 3.8 in math, science, and physics.
Why not 4.0? Wow, your place is so magnificent! Let go of me! How dare you reject me! What? She didn't even have time to say anything. My life was being interfered with so much. If this continued, no one wanted to join the group with me. Mom! You see, these materialistic people will easily take advantage of you. But we're just sharing the group's presentation. From now on, only those with this badge can approach you. Is it okay? Just because of that strict rule, I had to do the presentation on my own and get a low score. That was why nobody wanted to be friends with me. Especially Maddie, the queen bee in my school. Normally, half of the school cafeteria would be occupied by my bodyguards. The fact that I blocked the path also cost them time and had to leave their work unfinished.
Let me through, please. I have an urgent business.
I was about to make my way for him when my bodyguard pushed him away. The friends around started whispering, "She's scary! Are all the royals that scary?" No one accepted me into the group because of her. If she's not the Duke's daughter, I'll definitely teach her a lesson. Honestly to say, I felt hurt and tired. I confided this to Daniel, but his reaction left me, well, disappointed.
Stop overthinking. Don't be sad, be happy.
Ha ha. This advice was so helpful. It just made me more depressed. One day, I was in history class when suddenly my stomach hurt. Immediately, I was carried to the toilet by the bodyguards.
All clear. Safe.
You can go out now! And of course, I had to sit in the toilet for a long time. Wow, it's finally so comfortable. Wait, where was the toilet paper? It was over. There was no toilet paper in here. Should I call my bodyguards? That was such a shame. God, I was really confused and didn't know what to do. I wish there was a toilet paper roll falling from the sky. But suddenly, one fell into my hand. Is there really a miracle in this cruel world? It's not a miracle. It's from me.
God, I thought no one was here. Where did this weird girl come from?
Don't be surprised. I'm hiding from bullies. I just didn't expect to be stuck with the Duke's daughter here. Turned out, this girl is Helen, the weird-looking girl in my high school. Helen looked at me in a friendly way, different from the attitude others had towards me. The toilet over there is really out of paper. If you need help, call out. Lucky for me, thanks to Helen, I got out of that embarrassing situation. I have never met someone so kind to me. At this moment, a rough voice scaring Helen. Helen, get out here. Don't hide in this nasty place. Oh my God, they always take my book to bully me. Helen trembled and hid behind me. Gosh, Maddie again? I didn't want her to suffer the mental bullying as I did, so I tried to find a way to help her. Helen, I have this idea. Do as I say. Hey, can you come in here for a bit closer? And you, I'm so thirsty. Go buy a bottle of water for me. Slowly, Helen and I stepped outside. Phew, finally done. Let's go. The bodyguard saw this and ran to stop Helen.
Madame, she is...
I brushed his hand away and quickly explained that Helen was my friend who had met my family's standards. Just like that, we got out of there in front of Maddie and her sidekick, who were extremely furious. As for my bodyguard, I heard when he woke up and didn't see his badge, my mother fired him immediately. Thanks to that successful plan, I got a new friend, Helen. We secretly text each other when we're at home. She was very funny and always encourages me. I suddenly realized I no longer talked to Daniel as much as before. Helen was a good listener and always found the perfect ways to solve my problems. To me, that day was wonderful. For the first time, I knew what it was like to have a best friend who was a girl. Helen and I became closer and closer day by day. I often took Helen shopping, and she often gave me small handmade gifts. Oh my God, they were super cute! On top of that, we had a common enemy, Maddie. I painted the word bad witch on her locker to teach her a lesson. Gosh, you'll get in big trouble if you do that. She couldn't get past my bodyguards. And our friendship became stronger than ever after an important event. That day, my school held an outdoor camp at night for the first time. I really wanted to attend that event, but my parents never agreed to let me do that. I thought I couldn't, you know. Come on, I swear they have the best of the best sausage in the world. You deserve to enjoy this beautiful life. Come on. Helen's invitation convinced me. I also wanted to try to experience life like other teenagers, so I decided to make a plan to sneak out. That night, we successfully escaped to the school camp with Helen's support. Whoa, this was the very first time in my life to enjoy that atmosphere. Everyone enjoyed chatting and playing the guitar here and there. Such a fantastic thing. The life outside of the wall, was that great? I was so happy that I even missed calls from Daniel. Helen ran toward me holding a sausage in her hand. You should try this. It's awesome! Before I could do anything, Helen put the sausage into my mouth. Oh, hot! It's hot! But hold up. How could it be? It's so delicious. It's delicious, right? Come, I'll take you to the book exchange area. Helen was about to drag me away when suddenly we bumped into the meanest girl in this high school, Maddie. You guys dare to shame me, huh? No bodyguard. I want to see who will save you. We better run. What? Let's run, Issa! After that, we ran as fast as we could to the garage. I quickly ran to the passenger seat. Seeing that, Helen looked at me in panic. Oh my God! Why are you sitting there? What about me? Hurry up! Maddie's gang are coming! Helen quickly jumped into the car and sped off. Maddie gave chase but couldn't keep up. Damn, we almost got beat by Maddie and her sidekick. Phew, we almost got caught. Your face at the time was so funny. We were joking, then suddenly a downpour arrived. Oh no, we got soaking wet. If we don't hurry, we'll both catch a cold. Pull it up, hurry! How? Oh my god! I've never driven a convertible! She was so confused that she mistakenly pressed the wiper blades. I burst into laughter. This moment between two friends was something I've always desired. Then Helen drove me home. I quickly climbed inside through the window. Phew! Lucky for us, everyone was still asleep. Yay! Nobody knows! Are you sure? I turned around startled and found my mother and... Daniel? Why was he here at this time?
I couldn't call you, so I had to come all the way here.
He didn't know what he'd done. I was doomed for sure. I would be punished. I struggled to contain my mom's anger, but no avail. It's no use. Tell me who's that girl? Oh no, she'd seen Helen. Maybe she would make things difficult for her. I had no choice but to tell my mom the whole truth and all the things I feel for my best friend. She was as smart as this guy, as beautiful as Taylor Swift, and as funny as Charlie Chaplin. But what surprised me more was my mom was not angry. She just made a very unexpected decision. Bring her here. I want to meet her. So, at my mother's invitation, Helen agreed to come over to the palace. It took me a whole day to train her on what she should say. Everything would be fine for sure. That afternoon, Daniel directly came to the school to pick us up.
Are you done?
We kissed on the cheeks as a greeting. But strangely, Helen stood bewildered and looked at him for a while. I introduced him as my fiancé. Suddenly, Helen tugged at my shirt. Isa, I need to tell you something. I didn't understand why Helen was acting so strangely. Before I could hear her, Daniel stepped between us.
Why don't we talk in the palace?
Before we got into the car, Maddie passed by and winked at my Daniel. What a witch! Helen looked annoyed. I really didn't know what was going on. Then, when we got to the palace, our parents and the three of us had a meal together. Although Helen passed my mom's test during the meal, she kept giving Daniel an evil look. Suddenly, a loud thud came from under the table.
Ouch!
Was Helen kicking Daniel? Helen motioned for me to go out, then she whispered in a low voice. Isa, Daniel is a womanizer. I saw him flirting with Maddie. Huh? Womanizer? Suddenly, a red alarm sounded and the bodyguards appeared. What happened?
Madame, the necklace in the gallery has been stolen.
Oh no, why did such a horrible thing happen? Helen and I immediately gathered at the dining room. A quick search occurred. Helen, will you allow me to check your bag? Yes, of course. I didn't take that necklace. How could that be? Helen is a thief? No, not like that. Take her out. Never let her approach Isa again.
I knew she was lying.
The bodyguard dragged Helen out. From a distance, I could hear her screams. Isa, I was framed. Trust me, please. No, there was definitely something wrong here. So I checked the necklace and to my surprise, discovered who the real thief was. That night, I asked to talk to Daniel in private. Do you have something to tell me? He didn't pay attention to what I said. He just stared at his phone. Seeing that, I immediately grabbed his phone. And surprised! He was texting Maddie. They usually talked and flirted while he waited for me. Damned, he was a liar. Helen was right. He was also the one who blamed Helen for stealing the necklace. You're horrible. Helen was right. You stole the necklace. Because on the pendant is the lavender powder I gave you. Daniel's face turned pale in fear.
Isa, I can explain.
Without letting him finish his sentence, I gave him a fatal blow. The next day, I told my mom everything. My family immediately canceled the marriage with Daniel. They also directly apologized to Helen after that. In the end, everything was settled. Mom no longer forbids me from making friends. And of course, Helen will still be my best friend. I realized I needed to trust my friend. And she also was willing to overcome barriers to be friends with me.
Ladies and gents, allow me to introduce our city's mayor.
Hello everyone, it's my honor to be here. Check me out in the mirror, all classy and stuff. One day, I'm gonna be the boss lady for sure. Ouch!
Why are you wearing my clothes?
Nora, when did you get back?
Do I have to announce my arrivals and departures to a maid like you now? Take that off. Now!
These are mine. There's some mistake here.
Everything in this house is mine.
Nora lunges and rips the dress I'm wearing. The very dress I had to save forever to buy. Reading? An immigrant like you into economics? Really? Nora snatches the book, hurls it at me, and storms out. I'm used to it, because I'm Ashley, an immigrant in the US, currently working for Nora, the beautiful witch. Beauty is all she's got, trust me. Today, Nora had me clean her fiancé Trevor's place and prepare dinner for them. Hurry up, you better be gone before Trevor comes home. Got it, ma'am. The pasta's almost ready. Need some salt. Where's the salt? Oh, here it is.
Did you not hear the door? Waiting for me to answer it or what?
Nora's shout startles me, spilling all the salt.
So clumsy. No wonder my dad hired you.
I'm sorry. I apologized and quickly came to the door. Your wedding dress delivery, Miss Nora?
Leave it in Trevor's room. I'll try it on later.
I opened the box to check, then hesitated before carrying the crate into the room. It was the first time in my life I had seen such a magnificent wedding dress. Nora was so lucky to have found a fiancé like Trevor. He was the son of a millionaire, but also very good at doing business. From my perspective, Trevor was also very calm, polite, and kind. He was the perfect man. After hanging the dress on the rack, I couldn't help but try it on myself. It's so pretty. I wish I could wear something like this someday.
Dreaming of turning into a swan? How dare you touch my dress? Disrespectful much.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, all you say. Why do we even have rules then?
What's going on here?
Before Nora could lash out, Trevor unexpectedly walks in.
Get out.
Oh, honey, when did you come back? It's nothing. Let's dine. I cooked our dinner. Phew. Trevor unknowingly saved me this time. But my darn luck. I tripped over the discarded veil and face-planted into the door. How embarrassing!
Did you make all this?
Of course. Seriously, she can't even tell sugar from salt.
I love it. This tastes just like my mom's cooking. It's been a while. What's that special herb you used?
Oh, that's a secret. Try this shrimp dish. How would she know? I used a special herb from my homeland. Oh my god, where is it? Suddenly, Nora jumps up, scanning around.
What's missing?
My engagement ring! It's gone! Then Nora rushed out, and seeing me standing near the door, she grabbed my wrist and shouted, "It's you! You stole it! Sneakily wearing my wedding dress and now stealing the ring? You really can't trust immigrants like you. Poor and always looking for ways to change your life." What? I did nothing! I looked to Trevor for help, hoping that this man could say something in my defense. He was also looking at Nora with a stunned expression, as if he couldn't believe the words of slander his fiancé just uttered.
My place has cameras.
Fine, let's see her true colors.
We checked the recorded footage together. All the rooms in Trevor's house had cameras installed.
Get away! I don't want to be near you!
In the footage, before going into the kitchen, Nora had placed the wedding ring box in a drawer of the cabinet.
Oh my, I completely forgot I put it there.
Gosh, and she was ready to accuse me of theft. Trevor carefully watched the camera for a while longer, then turned to ask me,
"Did you cook those dishes?"
Nora runs back with the ring in hand, acting as if nothing happened.
Lucky for you, I found it.
You owe her an apology.
No, she's just a help. I'm not wasting my breath.
Enough! You're unreasonable and deceitful. You don't respect others. I need to reevaluate this relationship. Maybe we rush things.
No, Trevor. It's a misunderstanding. All of it. I misspoke.
Go home and think about what you've done. I'm tired. I need a break.
Nora, fists clenched, storms toward the door. What are you waiting for? Follow me. No, I don't want to work for a fool like you anymore. Well, that's what I'd say if I were brave enough. Aren't you coming?
You can stay if you want. I love the food you make.
Damn it! Nora yells and slams the door behind her. Trevor heads back to his room. He probably needs rest after dealing with such a toxic relationship. From that day on, I stayed at Trevor's and helped him with the household chores. Today was no different. He left at 7 a.m. while I stayed back to cook and wait for him. Sounds like a doting wife, right? But he's the rich master and I'm just an ordinary maid. Our lives are worlds apart. Cleaning Trevor's bedroom, I freeze seeing a photo of him with a woman. She doesn't resemble any wealthy woman I ever met. Wrinkles, crow's feet, and calloused hands.
When I first saw you, I saw a glimpse of my mother.
I jump, realizing Trevor's leaning against the door.
Forgot some documents. Also, how about a walk tonight? Wanna join?
It's been ages since someone invited me for a walk in the States, so I agreed. That evening, I was adjusting my dress, preparing to head out with Trevor. Seeing me in my maid's outfit, he looked surprised. It's the only dress I have.
You just gave me an idea.
He then led me to the city's largest mall, guiding me into upscale boutiques. In my wildest dreams, I never imagined trying on these outfits. After emerging from the fitting room, Trevor's gaze was unwavering. His stare made me blush. I'll change back now.
No, you look stunning.
I thought he was just being polite, but my heart raced anyway.
This suits you. Take it.
It's like worth 10 times my annual salary. Trevor bursts out laughing. Is he laughing at my poverty?
It's a gift, if you want it.
No, I can't accept something so expensive.
Don't worry, I make millions in a day. This dress is nothing.
We stopped by a restaurant for dinner. Over our meal, I shared my dreams with him. In the future, I want to start a community fund for immigrants. And as the music began, Trevor invited me to dance. Let me tell you a secret. I can't dance.
I noticed. Ashley!
Huh?
You're the kind-hearted girl I've been looking for. I'd like to get to know you. Would you be my girlfriend?
Oh my god, did I hear that right? Trevor just confessed to me? Fireworks are going off in my head. Wow, I feel like I'm on cloud 9. Ow! I bumped into someone. Quickly turning around, I bent forward to apologize. I'm so sorry.
Nora? Dad?
Looking up, I saw Nora holding hands with an older man who Trevor referred to as Dad. Oh snap, isn't this the ugly maid Ashley? Looks like he managed to steal my boyfriend.
Dad, what are you doing here?
What does it look like? He's my new boyfriend.
New boyfriend? Nora, we need to talk.
He grabbed Nora's hand and they left. Great! Wake up, Ash. Just a regular maid here. No way I can fill Nora's posh shoes. I'll never be right for Trevor.
Hey, girl.
Huh? As I turned around, a shadow lunged at me, pinning me to the wall. It's Trevor's dad.
If my idiot son doesn't want you anymore, how about you be mine?
Are you out of your mind? Someone help! Just then, the man was pushed off, landing on the ground.
Show some respect, stepdad. Don't expect a dime from me ever again. My company never needed your money. Back off.
Nora chases after the raging man. Later, Trevor filled me in. His mom was also an immigrant, married that man, and brought Trevor over.
That was over 20 years ago. My mom's long gone. It's why I'm so pissed when Nora disses immigrants like us.
The next day, I was awakened by someone stroking my cheek. Trevor, honey, why are you up so early? Yo, he's your honey now.
Huh?
Startled, I sat up to see Nora sitting by the bed. How did you get in here?
Remember, I'm the one who brought you here. Don't bite the hand that feeds. Trevor, help! Shh. No need for drama. I won't hurt you. What do you want? I want both you and Trevor ruined, you dirty maid. After her statement, she stormed out. No way! I can't let her hurt Trevor. He means everything to me. Please, this is all my fault. Just don't harm Trevor. Okay, I'll think about your plea, but see you in court. What? The door bursts open.
Nora, what are you doing here? We're done.
Oh, relax. I wouldn't associate with a criminal. Right then, 2 officers storm in and tell everyone to freeze.
You've got it all wrong. No illegal immigrants here.
Then he pulls out an engagement ring, getting down on one knee.
Ashley, will you marry me?
Overwhelmed, all I could do was nod tearfully.
So, what are we doing here again? I'd like to report an unauthorized entry into my home.
Damn it. She tried to grab my ring, but the officers hustled her out. Phew. I hope she doesn't come back to cause more trouble. The wedding was soon after. Life with Trevor was amazing. He even spent more time teaching me business and communication. With his support, my dreams were closer than ever. Everyone deserves love and happiness, right?
Head to bed early. Tomorrow's the big fundraiser. We'll be swamped.
I adjusted my glasses and held my husband's hand.
I'm so proud of my wife.
Huh?
Who could it be at this hour? Opening the door, we were shocked to see a disheveled Nora. Please help me. He's forcing me to marry a rich old guy to pay off his gambling debts.
I tried warning you. My stepdad's a piece of work.
Wasn't marrying rich always your dream? Seeing Nora's bruised arms, I realized money isn't everything. We gave Nora some cash, telling her it's the last favor we'll do for her. The fundraiser went off without a hitch. I was the talk of the town. I want to first thank my husband. His love helped me overcome everything to be where I am today. That's right. I'm so lucky to have met Trevor that day.